Well, good evening, good night, good morning to some of my lovely people. Happy International Women's Day, my lovely ladies, near and far, yard and abroad. Today is International Women's Day, my darlings. And I'm here to shout out everybody, all the women, shouting you out, shouting you out. Oh my gosh, shouting you all out. Have an absolutely, I hope you all had a really great day. All of our females, our women in parliament, former PMs, you know, listen, even the thief them get a shout out too. You know, I mean, yeah, everybody, all the women get a shout out today. All of them. Miss Madam P get a shout out. Even the mated them get shout out. The one them with the slow ones them that drive ride on the short bus with the helmet get a shout out. Oh my gosh. All of our women in parliament get a shout out. All of our women in education get a shout out. We teachers, we female teachers get a shout out. The healthcare workers get a shout out. The nurses, them. All of the nurses, them get a shout out. The female doctors get a shout out. The mummies at home with the children get a shout out. Even the mummies that work outside the home get a shout out. We female market vendors get a shout out. Everybody, all the women get a shout out today on International Women's Day. We have, female construction workers. You see with people them get a shout out. With farmers, with female farmers get a shout out. Near and far, female farmers get a shout out. Look, we even have female truck drivers. They get a shout out. Everybody get a shout out. All the women get a shout out today. Everybody, International Women's Day. I mean, just take a look at our women in action. You know, see we truck driver there. See we farmer there, one of our farmers. See one of our construction workers here. I mean, we all both. We all both. See, we market vendors here. Them a help feed the world, feed the country, feed the world. Yes. And our moms with the children, them, nurturing the children and everything. Everybody get a shout out today. All the women get a shout out today. Man, tell them, me say, look at them. Look at all of our women in action. We can do anything men can do, me say, we truck driver. We can do a lot of things men can do, and in most cases, much better. I mean, seriously, when have you ever heard of a man giving birth to a child? Just a question. Anyway, guys, by no means is this a man bashing session. Because y'all know, so we love one already. Love one off long time. This is just a salute to all the ladies today. Okay? All of the women, because guess what? Guess what? Girls rule. Boys drool, but girls rule. Now, family, I have to get upon a little subject here. But before me dig into my other subject area, let me just hit up all of my lovely, lovely people that have joined me so far tonight. Thank you all so very much for joining me. JP, good night, my darling. Thank you very much for being here. Much blessings to you. Millicent Jones, good evening, darling. Thank you for being here. Shout out to you too, Miss Kate M. Thank you for joining me here tonight. We're real sweet. They're real sweet. Where you there? Long time, darling. Long time. Me all boat. Me all boat. All the females of the world. Welcome, 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 everybody. And big, big shout out to the women of the world. Today is our day. Today is our day. Now, family, now move on to another subject, I'm going to highlight just a few things that are going on in little old Africa, in little old Burkina Faso, that our Jamaican government can take a page out of them book. They don't even need a whole page, just a half a page. We've been listening and hearing our illustrious conman, that is our Prime Minister, always running up his mouth, talk about building up Jamaica and build up her economy and building infrastructure and building the best roads and all sort of gonna do action, and nothing can come to fruition. But we all know, so that's just pure election campaign rhetoric. They're gonna repair our roads. They're not building new ones, but repairing them. Me say, them need to take a page out of this man's book. This is President IBRAHIM TREORE from Burkina Faso. This man, young man too, in his late 20s, the man, I think he reached 30 yet. I know he has not reached 35 yet. He has taken over his country and has turned it around 180 degrees. 180 degrees, and is all about his country, is all about his people, and all about the citizens of Burkina Faso. All about it. Just listen to a little. I have a couple of snippets of a video that I chop up in pieces so it won't be so long and boring. It's not boring, but so it won't be so long, of what this man has been doing for Burkina Faso. Listen here.
We have always said that if African countries can stop relying on the West, the continent will start to develop. This statement is true, and it is being played out in Burkina Faso. Unlike most African countries that still continue to receive funds from the West to run their countries, Burkina Faso has ditched the West and is looking inwards to solve its challenges. Recently, Burkina Faso, under the leadership of President Traoré, has embarked on the construction of roads in rural areas. But the interesting thing about this construction is that it is being done without any funds. We know it sounds absurd to say, but stay with us till the end of this video, and you will know how Traoré has been able to achieve this remarkable feat without any money. Any expert on challenges facing the African continent will tell you that African challenges require African solutions. Since independence, African countries have looked towards the West for solutions concerning the myriad of challenges facing the continent. Everything including insecurity, food, technology, health, finances, and even politics have all been from the West. However, this has created a dependency factor. African countries are now so dependent on the West that it seems so hard to break out from. But the worst part is that the West has taken advantage of this dependency to compel African countries to help protect their interests. Additionally, most of the solutions advocated by the West have created more chaos and instability. Take, for instance, the Sahel countries. For decades, these countries have depended on the West for their security and monetary needs. The insecurity in the region allowed Western countries such as France and the US to set up their military bases and enforce their military strength in the region. As for the monetary needs, the Sahel countries depended so much on aid from the West, so much so that half of their annual budget relied on foreign aid. However, the aid granted Western countries access to the resources in the region. Interestingly, despite the presence of Western military force, the insecurity in the Sahel did not reduce. All these are proof that African challenges require African solutions. Now, when the military leaders came into power and cut off dealings with the West, Western analysts proposed that they would not be able to run their countries. This is because the West had cut off the financial aid and the Sahel countries had ended military cooperation with them. But it's been more than 2 years for countries like Burkina Faso and Mali, and they are still standing. In fact, they are not just standing, they are making progress. President Traoré, for instance, has done so many things in Burkina Faso, including boosting the capabilities of the Burkinabe military, improving agriculture, transforming the aviation sector, and encouraging industrialization. And now, he has embarked on another project, the construction of roads in Burkina Faso's rural areas.
Yeah, y'all hear what this young man has been doing for his country? He has improved roads, he has improved aviation, he has improved agriculture. He's not just talking about it, He's not just talking about we're gonna do, we will do, we're planning to do, like how we're very familiar with those phrases and words out of Little Jam Down. This man has grabbed the bull by the horn and is working for his country and working for his people, and is just uplifting them. Talk about prosperity. He has done so much for his little country. To heck with West and all the foolishness that them going on with. He is doing for his country and for his people. Him showing the Western Hemisphere say they don't have to rely on the West for nothing. They don't have to rely on the West for absolutely nothing. Look here, listen to this again.
According to the Japanese ambassador to Uganda, Kameda Kazuaki, the 3-year community road empowerment project intended to empower communities, especially the youth, to construct, repair, and maintain their own roads using local materials and technology. The Japanese government also dedicated 666 million Uganda shillings towards this project for a year, with each road taking 25 million. He also revealed that the program has been running in 27 countries and more than 102 kilometers have been constructed. The beauty about it is that we use local materials to make strong roads, he said. Now, one of the amazing things about this road construction technique is the fact that it involves the mobilization of community and human resources. According to Kameda, unless people at the grassroots level are taught how to maintain and repair their own roads, and with the cheapest technology, poor road networks will remain a great challenge even in years to come. Yuka Iwamura, the project manager, notes that the main aim of this project is not only to construct durable roads, but also pass on the skills to youth. For every road constructed, a number of youths, about 20-30 in that particular community, is enrolled and are taught to construct, maintain, and repair roads. These are trained by a team of engineers and taken through the practical skills of constructing their own roads. Luda adds that anyone, regardless of their educational background, can participate, as this is more practical than mental work. Training takes a week as little expertise is involved. It's a similar thing happening in Burkina Faso. From the videos released regarding the project, both men and women in the local communities are involved in the construction of the roads. This means that not only are they learning valuable skills, but also it has created employment opportunities. This will help to reduce the feeling of neglect and also reduce the rate of crime. Secondly, the dono technique requires minimal funds. This means that funds that might have been used in constructing the normal roads can be diverted to other sectors of the economy. Another advantage of this technique is the fact that the materials are locally sourced and the technique is easy to learn. This means that the people do not have to wait for the government to maintain the road. They can do it all by themselves. With this new construction technique, more roads in rural Burkina Faso will be constructed and the impact will be felt overall in the economy. For one, with the new roads, it will now be very easy for goods and services to be transported to and fro the rural areas. Also, the people in these areas will no longer feel that they are neglected by the government. The construction of roads in the rural area is one step in the right direction toward the development of the rural area. And it's all thanks to President Traoré for embracing this technology. But we should not be surprised. From the beginning, President Traoré has proven that he is an ardent explorer of technology.
My apologies, my lovelies. I missed one of the video clips. I had to go back and let you hear what happens before this part that I just
In
played.
Burkina Faso's rural areas. It is quite common in African countries that the rural areas are rarely developed. Most of the time, the government focuses development on the urban areas, neglecting the rural areas. In the Sahel region, this has devastating consequences, as the people in the rural areas feel neglected and abandoned by their government. As a result, the armed terrorist group have taken advantage of this fact and used it to compel the people to support their cause. Those that refuse to support their cause are killed. In communities where the terrorist group manages to compel the people, they begin to recruit the young men to their group and even marry young women, thereby becoming families with them. This makes it difficult for the army to detect the true identity of the terrorist. It is also the reason why we have heard reports of the Burkinabe army killing civilians. So, developing the rural area is quite necessary, especially in the rural areas. In a bid to develop the rural area, TREORE has embarked on the construction of roads in the rural area. But here is where it gets interesting. In order to conserve funds, the construction of roads in the rural area is being done without any funds. Yes, it sounds absurd, but it's all thanks to an ancient Japanese technique known as dunu. This road construction technology, used over 100 years ago in Japan, is a soil reinforcement technique using geotextile materials, preferably gunny bags in civil engineering construction. Before we proceed, here is a reminder to like this video, drop a comment, and subscribe to our channel so that you can get more videos like this. Duno in Japanese means earth-filled sack. This method of road construction involves filling sturdy sacks with carefully selected soil, usually laterite. These sacks are then used as the building blocks for the road. But it's not as simple as just dumping these sacks on the ground and calling it a road. The sacks have to be arranged in a specific and meticulous pattern and then compacted. By this we mean hitting the soil-filled sacks with a handheld compactor exactly 20 times. When we say exactly 20 times, we mean it should not be less than or more than 20. This is the Japanese donu technique. The purpose of this is not to whack it into a hole, but to create a stable, long-lasting surface. It would interest you to know that this road can last for 3 years without repair regardless of the weather conditions, and it can carry up to 25 tons without damage. Incredible. Finally, the bags are covered with laterite to create a fine touch for easy movement. But how did Burkina Faso learn this method? It's all thanks to the cooperation between Burkina Faso and the Japan International Cooperation Agency. The JICA has introduced this technique to not just Burkina Faso, but some other African countries including Kenya and Uganda. In 2019, the Japanese embassy under its non-government organization Community Road Empowerment Corps introduced the Dono technology in Uganda to help rural communities maintain their own roads at a minimum cost and with no machinery.
Okay, so here's the part that we had originally missed. Do you see how Burkina Faso is building roads? Simple technique that they learned from the Japanese. It's called duno or dono. They fill sacks with dirt, and if you were watching the video, the dirt looked like bauxite. It looked like clay dirt, like bauxite. And they put it in, set it in rows, and they beat the darn things down into even rows and compact it. And once it's compacted in the bags that they put it in, then they put more on it, the salarite that they put on it, and beat it down again, and it compacts it, and it stays solid for 3 years. No rain now go come drizzle and mash it up, and everything gone to pot, and it's all mud. The laterite that they put down on it is bauxite. If you were looking at the video, it's bauxite. I'm going to play it one more time for you guys so you can see the process.
In Burkina Faso's rural areas. It is quite common in African countries that the rural areas are rarely developed. Most of the time, the government focuses development on the urban areas, neglecting the rural areas. In the Sahel region, This has devastating consequences, as the people in the rural areas feel neglected and abandoned by their government. As a result, the armed terrorist group have taken advantage of this fact and used it to compel the people to support their cause. Those that refuse to support their cause are killed. In communities where the terrorist group manages to compel the people, they begin to recruit the young men to their group and even marry young women, thereby becoming families with them. This makes it difficult for the army to detect the true identity of the terrorist. It is also the reason why we have heard reports of the Burkinabe army killing civilians. So, developing the rural area is quite necessary, especially in the rural areas. In a bid to develop the rural area, TREORE has embarked on the construction of roads in the rural area. But here is where it gets interesting. In order to conserve funds, the construction of roads in the rural area is being done without any funds. Yes, it sounds absurd, but it's all thanks to an ancient Japanese technique known as dunu. This road construction technology, used over 100 years ago in Japan, is a soil reinforcement technique using geotextile materials, preferably gunny bags in civil engineering construction. Before we proceed, here is a reminder to like this video, drop a comment, and subscribe to our channel so that you can get more videos like this. Duno in Japanese means earth-filled sack. This method of road construction involves filling sturdy sacks with carefully selected soil, usually laterite. These sacks are then used as the building blocks for the road. But it's not as simple as just dumping these sacks on the ground and calling it a road. The sacks have to be arranged in a specific and meticulous pattern and then compacted. By this we mean hitting the soil-filled sacks with a handheld compactor exactly 20 times. When we say exactly 20 times, we mean it should not be less than or more than 20. This is the Japanese donu technique. The purpose of this is not to whack it into a hole, but to create a stable, long-lasting surface. It would interest you to know that this road can last for 3 years without repair regardless of the weather conditions, and it can carry up to 25 tons without damage. Incredible. Finally, the bags are covered with laterite to create a fine touch for easy movement. But how did Burkina Faso learn this method? It's all thanks to the cooperation between Burkina Faso and the Japan International Cooperation Agency. The JICA has introduced this technique to not just Burkina Faso, but some other African countries including Kenya and Uganda. In 2019, the Japanese embassy under its non-government organization Community Road Empowerment Corps introduced the Dono technology in Uganda to help rural communities maintain their own roads at a minimum cost and with no machine.
All right, see there? Yes, my people. We need to take a page out of their book. Jamaica need to take a page out of Burkina Faso's book for real. They coordinated with the Japanese company, JICA, and the Japanese company taught them how to build roads for free. If you had looked at the very beginning of the video, you see where they're filling the bags with the dirt and putting them in specific rows and then beating them with, it's like a mortar, but it flattens the bag, flatten the dirt, compact the dirt so it won't mess up or it won't go bad. It won't get muddy and putty if it rains or whatever. And it won't crack up if it's extremely hot and dry temperature. We need to take a page out of them book to next stream. For real, for real. Now let me go back to the next video.
According to the Japanese ambassador to Uganda, Kameda Kazuaki, the 3-year Community Road Empowerment Project intended to empower communities, especially the youth, to construct, repair, and maintain their own roads using local materials and technology. The Japanese government also dedicated 666 million Uganda shillings towards this project for a year, with each road taking 25 million. He also revealed that the program has been running in 27 countries and more than 102 kilometers have been constructed. The beauty about it is that we use local materials to make strong roads, he said. Now, one of the amazing things about this road construction technique is the fact that it involves the mobilization of community and human resources. According to Kameda, unless people at the grassroots level are taught how to maintain and repair their own roads, and with the cheapest technology, poor road networks will remain a great challenge even in years to come. Yuka Iwamura, the project manager, notes that the main aim of this project is not only to construct durable roads, but also pass on the skills to youth. For every road constructed, a number of youths, about 20-30 in that particular community, is enrolled and are taught to construct, maintain, and repair roads. These are trained by a team of engineers and taken through the practical skills of constructing their own roads. Luda adds that anyone, regardless of their educational background, can participate, as this is more practical than mental work. Training takes a week as little expertise is involved. It's a similar thing happening in Burkina Faso. From the videos released regarding the project, both men and women in the local communities are involved in the construction of the roads. This means that not only are they learning valuable skills, but also it has created employment opportunities. This will help to reduce the feeling of neglect and also reduce the rate of crime. Secondly, the dono technique requires minimal funds. This means that funds that might have been used in constructing the normal roads can be diverted to other sectors of the economy. Another advantage of this technique is the fact that the materials are locally sourced and the technique is easy to learn. This means that the people do not have to wait for the government to maintain the road. They can do it all by themselves. With this new construction technique, more roads in rural Burkina Faso will be constructed and the impact will be felt overall in the economy. For one, with the new roads, it will now be very easy for goods and services to be transported to and fro the rural areas. Also, the people in these areas will no longer feel that they are neglected by the government. The construction of roads in the rural area is one step in the right direction toward the development of the rural area. And it's all thanks to President TREORE for embracing this technology. But we should not be surprised. From the beginning, President TREORE has proven that he is an ardent explorer of technology.
Now you tell me, talk about constructing durable roads. Now, people, wanna remember, me know wanna remember. Remember when the lady meet up with Conjure and at the farmer lady, and she said the roads are so bad from her farm to get to her house, or from her house to get to her farm, and then from there to the market. And the lady said they need the road's bad. And she made a second comment of, if it's even a donkey. The woman couldn't even finish her sentence, but the donkey, the man says, say no more. Say no more. Him and him MP get together, and what then do? Can a donkey go get a woman? Now, how is that helping the community? They outright said they need better road. The road is bad. If they did a technique like this in that area, because it's a rural area that she's from, how don't you see how this would help the community, help the people? Them can drive car on it. She could have take taxi to get truck, hire truck to get her goods from the farm to the market, or from our yard to farm, and from farm to market. Instead of the logo with donkey. But still bad road. Still bad road. And this technique, the do no technique, everybody is involved. Everybody can get involved. Men, women, International Women's Day, hello. The youth, the people that won't feel neglected, like the man said, won't be feeling neglected by their government, because if they have good roads that they can traverse on to bring them goods from farm to market, and from market to their house, they can ride bicycle on it, they can carry donkey on it, they can walk on it, they can drive on it. The roads are so sturdy, built this way are so sturdy. Big old tractor trailers and heavy duty trucks can drive on it and the road won't mash up. I mean, can you see how a project like this, a kind of project like this, it creates employment opportunities. It creates unemployment opportunities for man, woman, and child. For the youth, them walk around, have nothing to do, and when some damn gang banger come and whisper in their ears and give them one gun and couple dollars to go shoot up somebody that they don't even know. Having employment, having something like this as employment, Number one, lift self-esteem. Number two, put money in them pocket. Number three, creates a better community for everybody. I mean, it would be ongoing also because them learning they can it's a continuous ongoing project because then of course now anytime after the 3 years that the road is made to be sustained for 3 years, when it needs repair, everybody just jump in and do the same procedure what they learn and get the road back to what it needs to get back to. It would be an upliftment to the people of our country, of Jamaica. It would be an upliftment because people would have road. They may not have asphalt at the very get-go, but when you put down that kind of solid, compact earth, you can put asphalt on that, and that will maintain and keep the road for years. I wonder, somebody tag conjure that for me here, and Shortman empty vase. Somebody tag conjure and Shortman empty vase there for me, and send this go get him. Send it go get them because yeah, them not no sense. Them don't have no sense. My goodness gracious. I hope I'm not missing another part. Hold on, let me catch this next one. I'm gonna listen to that one. Yeah. Let me see if I'm missing because Mr. Burkina Faso is doing big things and great things under the tutelage of Ibrahim Traore. The people are behind him. He is all about his people and his country. You know, you ever hear this? I'm sure everybody heard the statement, happy wife, happy life. Well, happy citizens, happy country. Everybody is prospering. Everybody. So yes, my dear, let's continue with the videos here.
According to the Japanese ambassador to Uganda, Kameda Kazuaki, the 3-year Community Road Empowerment Project intended to empower communities, especially the youth, to construct, repair, and maintain their own roads using local materials and technology. The Japanese government also dedicated 666 million Uganda shillings towards this project for a year, with each road taking 25.
The Japanese government, they partnered with the Japanese government to teach them how to do this technique. And then the government donated money to help them to get the project off the ground and up and running.
Traore has proven that he is an ardent explorer of technology. His leadership has encouraged the development of technological ideas and facilities. For instance, last year, under the leadership of Traore, Burkina Faso launched the Burkina SAT-1 project, Burkina Faso's first ever satellite initiative. This Earth observation nano-satellite is set to transform.
I have to stop there, people. I'm going to replay it, but did you hear what the man say? Did you hear what they said about Ibrahim Traore? Them building a satellite. The Burkina Sat-1 is a satellite, little itty bitty, little landlocked Burkina Faso is building a satellite, and them using their own homegrown engineers and scientists. Okay, all right. Well, before I continue, let me just hit up all my wonderful people that have joined me since I've started that I missed before. Marcia Thomas, welcome, darling. Thank you very much for being here. Happy International Women's Day to you too. Yes, my love. Good night, Arlene Foster. Wagwan, darling. You all right? Thank you for joining. I appreciate y'all so very much. Yvonne Bradford, bless you, my darling. Thank you for being here. I do appreciate you. Hey, Sharon Bernard. How are you, my love? I appreciate you being here. Love and hugs always, darling. On the passing of you and sympathies on the passing of your only brother. Oh, we hugging, we sending virtual hugs. Everybody send out some virtual hugs for Sharon Bernard. Sharon Bernard, I appreciate y'all. The Easy Jerk World. Yeah, go on with Star. I mean, I catch your last two videos and I mean, I know when I cook up because the last couple of videos where we showcase the blinking snow in Canada. Me not that you know, me run left snow a long time in New York. Go to Florida. But I missed your last couple of videos, but I'm going back to watch them. Welcome, honey. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you so very much. Yes, yes. I appreciate y'all so very much. Gloria Morris, good night, love. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Happy International Women's Day to you, my darling. I appreciate you. I thank you all so very much for joining me. And the men that are here, I open up on a big up on a woman, you know. Whether it's your mother, your sister, your auntie, your cousin, your niece, whichever. It's International Women's Day. And they need to be recognized. Okay, fellas? Thank y'all for being here. Yvonne Riley, good night, love. Thank you for joining. Glad you're here. I appreciate you so very much. Yes, my loves. And it's International Women's Day every day of the year. I'm just saying they made this specific day to recognize us, but it's every day of the year. Just like Black History is every day of my life. It's a history in the making. Yes, my darlings. Appreciate y'all so very much for being here. Jenny Grierson, hey, darling. Thank you for joining. Glad you're here. Blessings, blessings. I appreciate you so very much. Thank you for joining me. And everyone else. Raymond G, Wagwan. Wagwan. Glad you're here. Fitzroy Nugent, good night, my love. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I appreciate y'all so very much. Now let's get back to this amazing things that are going on in little old landlocked Burkina Faso by Ibrahim Traore and his wonderful people.
Traore has proven that he is an ardent explorer of technology. His leadership has encouraged the development of technological ideas and facilities. For instance, last year, under the leadership of Traore, Burkina Faso launched the Burkina SAT-1 project, Burkina Faso's first ever satellite initiative. This Earth observation nano-satellite is set to transform the lives of the nation's citizens by offering new opportunities for technological advancement and connectivity. This is not just mind-blowing, but it signifies an important step in the country's journey to technological advancement that will aid in addressing critical issues including agriculture, water management, and climate resilience. The Burkina SAT-1 project reflects Traore's commitment to sustainable development and scientific progress. Think about it. This is actually the first ever satellite to be launched by Burkina Faso. However, even though Traore is dealing with a lot as president of the country, from security to economic development, he hasn't pushed technological innovations to the side. We can now see again why those US military commanders called him a sophisticated leader. Now, according to the reports, the first Burkinabe satellite, the Burkina SAT-1, will be launched into space by the end of this year, if there are no obstacles. Tests have already been successfully completed. Initially, Burkina Faso signed a contract with China for the launch and deployment of the Burkina SAT-1 into outer space, and based on the contract, it was slated for the 3rd of May this year. However, due to some technological reasons, the launch and deployment was delayed. Hopefully, everything works out well so it's ready to be deployed by the end of this year. In a recent press conference, the chief Burkinabe scientist Frederick Ouattara, who is the instigator of the project, gave some assurances regarding the project. He said, "We must now hope that the weather conditions are favorable to complete the project." But how important is the Burkina SAT-1 for Burkina Faso? Well, you see, Burkina Faso is a diverse and vibrant landlocked country in West Africa with borders with 6 nations. It's rich in culture and abundant resources, including gold, just like other African countries. However, despite its resources, the court has been facing some economic challenges that are made more prominent with the insecurity issues. As part of the Sahel region, a semi-arid zone between the Sahara Desert in the north and fertile regions in the south, Burkina Faso sometimes grapples with food insecurity, access to clean waters, and the impact of climate change. Given this background, it's important to note that technological advancement is crucial for driving development and improving the quality of life for its citizens. This is where the Burkina SAT-1 comes in. The Burkina SAT-1 project represents a strategic move towards leveraging space technology to overcome these critical challenges and propel the country into a more prosperous future.
Under this, see my girl at the about 10 seconds ago pumping water. You see my girl, she pumped the water. No wonder they're strong. So start at a young age. But we can't make this pass, again, Burkina Faso building a satellite. They will have a satellite in space by the end of this year, 2025. It was supposed to have been done and be in space by May. 2 months from now, but circumstances alter cases. And not in this case where Jackass wear braces. They're going to have their satellite in space by the end of this year. South Africa have satellite. Angola have a satellite. Jamaica government, what we do? What we do? Jamaica government, what are we doing? You need to take a page out of Burkina Faso's book. And I need for set up a phone call and a conference call with IBRAHIM TREORE and ask him some question. Because the amount of money what filter into Jamaica to help build up infrastructure and everything else. All is happening is the money coming, the money coming, the money coming. And the money disappearing, it disappearing, it disappearing. And not a blessed thing is being done. Nothing. Look how much money come during COVID. How many people got COVID relief? How many people got stimulus money from COVID that came in from all over the globe to Jamaica? Where the money there? I mean, we can answer some of them. That question especially, we know, say, Mr. Number 28 have 28 bank account and open bank account with no money, and then next thing you know, the next string money reach in the account. Where the money come from? Where all of the money, what entire globe, the global family send come to Jamaica for help way out. Wait there. Where all of the burial money there? When they hit the mayor and I talk the other day, talk foolishness about how much 1,000 people get burial relief money. We still have people in Jamaica with no roof, We still have people in Jamaica where half of their house broke down and mashed down. Can't get no relief from hurricane burial money. Where the money there? Look at what is happening in Burkina Faso. Talk about somebody that cares about their country and them citizens. This man is not making no money as no prime minister or no president. He is a military man, and that is the only salary he is receiving. Him turn down money for president. Him no want it. Him say, put it back in the country and help the country and the people. Give him a military salary. Him can live on that. And he rallying the people of his country and showing them how to be better and how to get better and helping them to build up infrastructure. The man garner help and get the citizens on board, and they build a hospital in less than 2 years. Look at Cornwall Regional down there, so. How much year Cornwall Regional are rebuild and a refurbish and a rebuild? How many billions of dollars? And just get another $5 billion couple weeks ago. Not even 2 weeks ago. $5 billion additional dollars to build a hospital that was already built. All they're supposed to be doing is refurbishing and upgrading the place, and I know it can't done. And them get more money. Where the money I go? Where is it going? Where is it going? me say, Ibrahim Traore rallied his people in his country and they built a hospital in 2 years' time. State-of-the-art hospital in 2 years' time. Him build factory in a country. Him build processing plant in a country. Where farmers who are tomato farmers can carry them tomato, go to the processing plant to turn it into tomato paste and export it. Instead of sending them tomato, go to France and Europe and wherever and have them make it into paste and sauce and send it back to them at a cost. Jamaica, what we do? Conjure, what we do? Mark Golden, what we do? Dirty murder and thief in short man, empty vase, what we do? All I own down there, what we do? All I own a politician, what we do? What are we doing? Let's say little old Burkina Faso is building a satellite to go into space. A satellite. You hear me say satellite? Them a build it in a country. It's not like so them sending the people elsewhere to go build it and then bring the parts back and assemble it. No, it is being built in Burkina Faso. Jamaica, what are we doing? What the hell are we doing? We road look like canker teeth rotted. And we have money coming in from all boat, coming in like water. And we can't get no decent local roads. We can't get no roads, no decent roads. Even the big old blasted, wonderful, gorgeous, delicious, expensive highway where them are build, by the time rain fall, drizzle, it mash up. And yet them a take the whole of our country, give it to these blasted no good Chinese who claim say them a build road for we. What is no good? And they give it everything. No, sir, something got to give. Something got to give. Lord, let me wish and say hello to the people that have joined me, that I have not seen, that I missed. Oh my goodness gracious. Monica Wills, welcome, darling. Good evening to you. Happy International Women's Day to you too, my love. I appreciate you being here. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Gloria Morris, thank you, darling, for being here. I appreciate you all so very much. Ekron Sound System, what's up, dude? Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate y'all so very much. Yeah, man. Yes, Fitzroy. Yeah, the money gone in a one man pocket. Him have 28 pockets. And they said the money gone were coming from all over the universe and come to Jamaica to help us. In a in pocket. And in big hoof wife shoes. She usually stuff her shoes too. But my goodness, miss say, little old Burkina Faso, satellite. Little old Angola, satellite. Little old South Africa, satellite. Jamaica, what we do? Let's continue with our little videos here.
Country into a more prosperous future. The project originated from the visionary efforts of Burkinabe scientists and the support of international partners with the primary goal of enhancing agricultural productivity, improving water resources management, and bolstering climate resilience through advanced satellite data. Burkina Sat-1 is a small yet sophisticated satellite equipped with state-of-the-art sensors and imaging technology, which enables it to monitor crop health, track water bodies, and provide critical data for disaster management. One of the most important parts of the project is the ground station at Norbert Zongo University. This station serves as a control and processing hub for the satellite, ensuring efficient utilization of data collected. According to the Burkinabe local media reports, President Rauch, Mark Christian Kabor, announced the launch of the construction phase of the satellite. following a media unveiling of the ground station recently built as Phase 1 milestone of the satellite construction project. The satellite project is led by Professor Frederick Ouattara, who won the Africa Award for Research Excellence in Space Science from the American Geophysical Union in 2018. Professor Ouattara is the president of Norbert Zongo University in Koudougou, where the newly built ground station is located. The satellite will be built locally at the Norbert Zongo University with resources and talent sourced in-country and from the diaspora. President Kobore confirmed that his government is providing 110 million CFA franc, that is approximately $200,000 in funding for the procurement of components for the satellite project. Interestingly, the Burkina SAT-1 project has been made possible through the invaluable support and collaboration of international partners including the University of Montpellier and the National Center for Space Studies, France, the Kyushu Institute of Technology, Japan, as well as the United Nations Office for Outer Space Affairs. All these partners have contributed their expertise and financial resources to help Burkina Faso realize its ambition. It's important to note that this project began in 2018 under the leadership of former President Roch, but Captain TREORE has not neglected the project and finally it's almost ready to be launched. The realization of the Burkina SAT-1 has been executed in 3 phases. The launch of the construction phase followed the succeeding completion of the first phase of the project, which wastes construction of the ground station. The third phase is where the project is currently at, and that is the launch and operationalization of the satellite for nominal life in orbit. Specifically for agriculture, the data from SAT-1 will help farmers optimize crop yields, detect pests early, and manage soil health more effectively. With precise data on weather patterns and soil conditions, farmers can make informed decisions leading to increased productivity and reduction in crop losses.
Mr. People, you hear all of what the satellite is doing and helping the people of Burkina Faso? You gonna hear what the satellite are the little me say me can't get over little itty bitty landlocked Burkina Faso. Landlocked. Have satellite, building satellite in their little country. And it's going to go up in space by the end of the year. Again, me ask Jamaica government, what we are doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? You need to take a page out of Ibrahim Traore's book and a page of a Burkina Faso. Because, may I tell you, we are so far behind the 8 ball and so far in progress. We are regressing. We are regressing. We have gone so far back. It's unbelievable. Had Jamaica continued on the trajectory when Michael Manley was in power, we would have been way ahead of our time if we had people in that we employ, because we are the employer of these politicians. We voted them in office expecting that they were going to come in and do a job and manage the country where it would be helpful, it would be progressive, it would be prosperous for everybody, not just the top 10% or the top 5%, everybody. Had the country been on the trajectory that it was when Michael Manley was in office, we would have been so far ahead and so much better off. The man created Jamal, for Christ's sake, for people who couldn't finish school for whatever reason, finances, family, whatever. Created Jamal for them to go back to school to learn to read so they can understand, so nobody no come pull the wool over their eye and talk foolishness and come with a mouthful of word salad to talk nonsense to them. And these blasted, wicked, crooked junker them in the office come and just did away with it. Because why? They want to keep fooling the people. They want to keep the people downtrodden. They want to keep them dumb. They don't want them to be able to think on their own and think for themselves. They want them to just suck up like a sponge all the lies and the crap and the bull crap that they come and spew. After then give them $5,000 and a box food. Yeah, after that. They don't want them to think about anything else, and nothing that's for them and that's for their betterment. Nothing. Nothing at all. Let me just play the last part of this video here. Listen good.
Burkina Faso SAT-1 will monitor reservoirs and water bodies, which will help to efficiently distribute and conserve water. It will also help to map and monitor water resources, ensuring the efficient use and distribution. The satellite will also play a crucial role in addressing water scarcity. In the area of healthcare, data on environmental conditions can help predict and manage health risks such as disease outbreaks. Access to these information can save lives and improve the overall public health outcomes. On the economic front, the satellite will help to support infrastructure development, disaster management, and urban planning by fostering a more resilient and informed society. The Burkina SAT-1 is more than just a technological innovation and achievement. It's a source of inspiration for young Burkinabe scientists and engineers. It showcases the potential of homegrown talents and encourages the pursuit of critical education. The interesting thing is that Burkina Faso is not the only one taking this initiative. In January 2022, South Africa made history by launching 3 nanosatellites that were the first to be wholly designed and produced on the African continent. Cocoa farmers in Ghana will soon be able to receive agricultural advice thanks to the SAT Farming Initiative, a program that leverages satellite imagery to monitor environmental conditions in the country. Angola's second telecommunications satellite, ANGOSAT-2, launched in 2022 as well. African countries are beginning to see the importance of technology and innovation in the push for economic development. This is fantastic news and worthy to be applauded. The fact is that technology cannot be separated from industrialization. If African countries are to develop like the West, then they have to look towards technological advancement, focusing on homegrown African solutions. What are your thoughts?
What are your thoughts, my people? You hear all of the benefits of the satellite, what they're using it for? Agriculture, water, diseases, all kinds of great and wonderful things to bump up the economy. Technology and a growing economy go hand in hand. This a idiot who we have a Jamaica, all them a run him out about him work on the economy and good economic management can yam. See ya? And don't make me lose my religion tonight, yeah, because daddy junker there. Huh. Anyway, Paula Shelley, welcome, darling. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you so very much. I really, really do. Thank you all. Now listen here, family. Me say, me happy, you know, me happy. Continue to beg on you. By the way, I like up the live. I like up the live when you came on and tap up the like button. Tap up the like button for me, darlings. Please and thanks. Share out the live too, you know. Share out the live, man. Make tell a friend to tell a friend. So Debbie Jervis TV, about you know. Me not push out my head as often as I would want because, you know, things happening in the background. But me come as often as me can. Share out the live for me, darling. And for those of you that are brand new to here, hit that subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button and then tap on the notification bell and set it to all. So every time I push up my head like gala wax, when we get the notification so we can come over here and join the party. All right? But me say, me have to continue, people. Me have to continue to remind you, I'm begging you, say, please, go register to vote. Go and register yourself to vote. Register here, bring somebody with you. Bring 1, 2, 3, 4 people, however many can fit in your vehicle. carry them with you, go register them to vote. Because the registration list now, for the upcoming election, remember, say election is supposed to be called by September of this year. We are in March. So within a 6-month window, them supposed to call election. So we want everybody to go register to vote. And when then call election, by any means necessary, find yourself at your polling station and put your ink mark by something. By something. Because me say your vote is your voice. Me I beg you to go register to vote. We need a change in the country. We really and truly do. And we can have change, we can have change by you voting. Vote out corruption. Voting for progress. Voting for the upliftment of Jamaica. And hopefully whoever come in will take a page out of Burkina Faso book and a page out of Ibrahim Traore's book and follow it and work for the people like they are hired to do. Work for the people. We are voting and we have to vote. Listen, me don't hear no more this foolishness so people are walk around talk about. Me not voting because so the thing set. So it's set, but your vote could be the deciding factor. Your vote could be the deciding factor of flipping everything upside down, turn over the apple cart, or the mango cart, or the mango truck, turn it over. Go out there, go register yourself to vote. And when they call the election, you have to go vote. You must go vote because if we don't vote, we're not going to have no change. If we do not vote, there will be no change for us. It will be same old, same thing as always. And that's where the sort of things set to come in because if there's no change, if you don't vote for a change and make a change, then there will be no change. And that's sort of thing we set. And we have to hold the people in that we vote for accountable. We have to hold them accountable. We have to step on top of them. We have to stay on top of them. Make them do what they promise. Make them do what they promise. Haul them up. Haul them up. Because I say, right now, we're in election season. And the politicians them scrambling with all kinds of fallacies and campaign lie. People may beg you don't fall for the okie doke. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for the promises about road and water. No more of that. We don't want to hear about what you're gonna do, what they will do, what you're planning on doing. Listen, this current administration had 9 years to do, They had 9 years to do. And still we see no progress. Him come make big speech the other day about emergency of roads. The roads are in a deplorable condition and it's emergency this and that. And him go and get funding and emergency funding to fix local roads. How many of you in the local areas where on the road look like canker teeth? How many have your local roads been fixed? Since him come out to the big splash mouthful of lie. How many? Me want to know. We don't want to hear nothing more about no road and water. And then them a come talk about water, but them a give tank, water tank. When all them a give certain people is some big old black plastic drum. Black plastic drum for store water. That's not a solution. And them very same, if you don't know, those very same black plastic drums are toxic. A water barrel or whatever they want to call them, they are toxic. When water is heated up in the plastic, heated up from the sun, it's toxic. You can't drink it, you can't cook with it, you can't bathe in it. You're not even supposed to bathe in it. So That plastic drum, black plastic drum that I'm talk about water tank. Oh, this idiot one, she the pata cat daughter contact, but I gave out so many black plastic tanks. And it takes a she give black cat. She give black tank. What is that gonna do? Slow genocide. You hear me? Them that try to kill off people with police and soldier, and people not dead fast enough. So them are coming with everything else. Them are try everything else to come liquid on with. People, don't fall for it. The beggar no. Please, please, please go register on yourself to vote. And when they call the election, go out and vote. Carry somebody with you. Because remember, you have to register now because the registration list with names on it comes out May 31st of this year. So in a matter of 2.5 months, the next list will come out. And to make sure your name on it, check it. Check it on eoj.jm. Check the list. If you're registered already, go to the elections office of Jamaica and on their website eoj.jm and check to make sure your name is on the list. And please, by any means necessary, when they call the election, jump out there, go vote. Vote out them backside. You're voting for you. You're voting for your children. You're voting for your grandchildren. You're voting for a better Jamaica, for a better country, for a better community. You're voting for better hospital, better schools. Everything. Your vote, again, is your voice. And let your voice be heard. Anything what these damn fool come up with and they come talk about, we're going to do, we're gonna do, we will do, we are planning to do. Hold them accountable to it. Hold them accountable. Because if you just listen to what them say and take Lord God, take them like a $5,000. Although me here say it gone up to 50,000, but I don't give a damn if it was $1 million. Don't take nothing from them because what they're essentially doing when they do that is buying your vote and paying you off for you to come and vote for them. And they don't have to do anything else after that because all they can say is, oh, me not pay you already. Me pay you already. So me don't need to do nothing else. Don't do it. Don't do it at all, at all, at all. I tell you what, Valerie Walton, welcome, darling. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I do appreciate you. And happy International Women's Day to you too, love. I appreciate you. RJ, welcome, darling. Welcome, Marcia Etsy. Thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate y'all so very much for being here. Family, Medopi come. Again, Catherine Hackness, hey, darling. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Again, I say, my lovely people, you want to know what Jamaica I do? Just go listen to the video again and hear what's going on in Burkina Faso. By little old IBRAHIM TREORE, him is building his country and is having his citizens involved in the building of their country. Now take no talk from nobody in the West. Because his thing is if they can do it, so can him and his people. If some country can do something for them, his country can do for itself. And that's what we as Jamaicans need to do, to tell the people in our government, the ones that we hire to do a job for around the country, say, we can do all of this one are bringing Chinese from here, there, and everywhere. I saw a video the other day where workers going to Cornwall Regional to supposedly help refurbish and rebuild the hospital were nothing but Chinese nationals. Nothing but Chinese nationals. We have mason, we have plumber, we are electrician, we are engineer, we have scientists, all both of Jamaica. And none of them can get a blind if you get a little work to help build up the country infrastructure. Them are carrying all kind of foreigners to come push we off our island. It need to stop. We have to stop it. We have to stop it. And one way of stopping that is by voting and voting them backside out. They have to go. We keep this up, and Jamaica will be no more in a matter of a few years. Jamaica will be no more. And I'm thinking that's what they want. Can't make it happen. Can't let them give it no more our birthright. Can't do it. We have to fight for ourselves. All right, my lovely people. Again, I thank you all so very much for joining me. Hit up the like button, share out the live there for me. Jim Hunter, hello, darling. Welcome and thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me tonight. Hit up the like button, people. Hit up the like button, share out the live, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a neighbor, tell a relative. So Debbie Jervis out here. I may try to light one like a fire under some people, you see? So again, lovelies, thank you all very much for joining me. Wanna walk good here? Walk good. Take it easy, take your time. Me loving you, and me loving you like sweet potato pudding. Me loving you like sweet potato pudding, and me love sweet potato pudding. Family, wanna walk good. Have a great night. And again, to all my wonderful female compatriots, happy International Women's Day. You know, again, I'm gonna tell you all the time, girls rule and boys drool. Love you, fellas. You know we love you. Have an absolutely wonderful night, my people, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy. Have a great night. Guess what? Cause I gone.